What's good? Y'all better do a cookie. What's up, yo? And I'm trying to see if I can put this right here or not. I gotta pee. I've been holding my bathroom since last night, I think. Don't look at the calories. Don't look at the calories. Okay. The struggle. Hold on. I think I found a solution. Hold on. Ugh! I have a hoodie on my bed. Ooh. 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 She caught up. Hold on. Okay. I like how this was just conveniently here. Okay. So I am going to fold this hoodie, unroll it, and roll it, and I'm going to put it on the side, and then place it right here. Look at that. Look at him being useful. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. My hair is probably what? Look at it. Yeah. Sweating out. I ain't gonna wet it, but it's sweating out. Like, sweating out. And it's smashed in the back, of course, because, you know. Alright, so yesterday my video got cut off. So we're gonna try it again. But this is my iPhone. We're gonna use it on my iPhone this time. And this is my phone. My Android phone. So we're gonna switch. Instead of making the videos on here, we're gonna make it on there and see what happens. So I never finished, and I'm probably not gonna finish today because I got somewhere to be, because I volunteered my service for once, and it looks like it's gonna rain, but I volunteered my service from 1 to 3:45, but the travel time is gonna like take me 2 hours, so I gotta leave at 11 to get there at 1. And I'm basically staying there for an entire fucking shift, because at this point, that's damn near 11 to 6 that I'll just be outside. I should have rethought that. Okay. So yesterday, it was Isaiah 4. The new glory brought to Jerusalem, right? The new glory for Jerusalem. And then this one says the parable of the vineyard. I think I remember reading this the first time and was like, thinking along the lines of, like, you know how vineyards are the thing that's kind of like, they're important because they're just kind of like the branch or the veins of like where you get like grapes and stuff like that, if I remember that correctly. And then the importance of it. But now I'm just gonna check instead. First things first. A parable is a story told to teach a lesson. So this one is likely going to be highlighted in this little blue color that I use right here, because that's normally what I use anyway. So chapter 5 is pretty long, looking. But I'm going to read the first section. Now I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard and a very fruitful field. Just to clarify, definitely looked up vineyard before because it's like the purple thing. Ooh, I want to see what it looks like. So yeah, grape bearing, vines, mainly wines, not wines, grapes, because they used to make for wine. This is what it looks like. Those are pretty. I think last time I searched up the importance of the vineyard, well, clearly they make wine, but symbol of status. Okay. So a story that tells something that could possibly be a symbol of status. Okay. Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. Touching his vineyard, so maybe reaching it. My well-beloved hath a vineyard and a very fruitful hill. Being fruitful is something that you want. And he fenced it, and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a wine press therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem, and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. That could have been done more to my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard than I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I left that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned nor digged, where there shall come up briers and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, behold, oppression, for righteousness, but behold, a cry. So I got confused towards the end, but at first when reading it, the first thoughts that came to mind was like it could be I guess my thoughts kind of went that way. So the first time I read it, it made me think about he has this vineyard that's in a fruitful hill, which means it does have the possibility and capability to progress. He fenced it, meaning he probably tried to protect it, gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, built a tower in the midst of it. So he's putting in a lot of work to bring forth grapes, but it brings wild grapes. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing. It's where I think that's where the confusion would come from. So it could be, if you put in the work, you'll get more than what you asked for or than what you expected. Or if wild grapes are not good compared to grapes, then it could be like maybe something went wrong. Because then he asks, what could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? So, this seems like a you kind of reap what you sow kind of situation is what this sounds like. Now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof. Isn't a hedge, it is not. Okay. So, take away the hedge. So basically just like the fence formed. Why don't you just say fence like that? And it shall be eaten up. So if you take away the thing that you use to protect what you are trying to, what you're sowing, it shall be eaten up. So maybe this is more like a trying to teach you to invest, in what you're doing. Because you know how you say be fruitful and multiply? You have to put in the work to be able to multiply what you want, and also apparently protect the things that you're working on, and then expect certain things to go away. Like, how do I say this in like how it is in my brain? I don't know how to say this. But if you want a certain outcome, then you have to work towards a certain outcome and protect the fact, everything that you're doing to make sure that things go the way that you planned it. If you take away that protection, both literally and, metaphorically wasn't the word that I was looking for, but we just gonna say metaphorically, then there's possibility that everything that you sowed can be damaged or shall be eaten up because you weren't protecting what you were trying to get at. And break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down, so it'd be destroyed. Basically everything that you work towards can get messed up, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned. Pruned, I think of like how like when your hands get put in the shower, like dried up, but I could be wrong. Oh, I remember. Pruned is cutting away dead or overgrown branches. That's okay. Hold on, because I have no pants on. Well, I have pants on, but I have underwear and I need to grab a pen. I remember reading this. Oh my goodness, I was so excited about the first time I read it. Okay, where's my pen? How did I just lose my pen? Oh. Okay. Boom. Okay. I remember the first time I read this. I was like, oh my god. So pruned is when you take off the dead things. So basically, I might have had this in my not my prayer journal. I might have put this in my Bible study book. Because there's no way that I didn't write something down from this. This does not make sense. Pruned. Cut away. Dead or overgrown branches. So basically removing things that don't serve you anymore. But there shall come up briars and thorns. I know what thorns are, but what's a briar? I do not know. Any of a number of prickly scrambling shrubs. So I'm gonna Google what that looks like because I still have no clue. Those little sticky bug thingies? No. Oh, they just look like a bunch of thorns, like a patch of thorns. That looks very uncomfortable. It shall not be pruned nor digged, like messed with. But there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. I think this is where I get confused, because you're voluntarily taking away the force for it to be destroyed, and then laid with. It shall not be pruned nor digged, meaning it should not have, or won't have, the dead branches cut off or messed with. But there shall come up briars and thorns, so it'll have thorns around it, but it won't have dead branches cut off. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it, and then it's not going to get touched by rain. Now, that could either be a good thing or a bad thing, because rain could sometimes mean, well, you know, rain is technically water. So, you need, and being the fact that you're trying to plant something, you need water for that, right? Because water is what's giving it certain nutrients to grow. But then rain also sometimes mean like storms, like troubles and problems, especially in the Bible. So, should I be looking at this in a more literal way? And then if I continue to the last line of this section, it says, for the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel. So they're comparing this in a way, and the man of Judah is pleasant plant, and he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression, for righteousness, but behold, a cry. I don't know. So maybe comparing Israel and the people, the plants that he looks after. Maybe they're being oppressed. I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know. So, because parables are supposed to teach you a lesson, and the only thing that I understand from that is just like putting in the work to basically reap what you sow, and not taking away, you know, their protection, assuming that that's God. But I don't know. I do not understand still. So the Bible app is supposed to tell you, or kind of like describe. So I'm just gonna look here because I don't know. Here's the Bible study on Isaiah 5:7. Isaiah 5 begins with a song, a parable of the vineyard planted with a great care by its owner. The initial song is found in verses 1 through 7. The vineyard representing the house of Israel and the men of Judah is described as having received every possible advantage, yet it yields only wild